Hi, family. I am back with another reading. If this is your first time visiting, welcome. If you're returning, thanks for your return. I want to start off by giving thanks to the Most High for being all seeing, all knowing, all present, all powerful, all good, and being the only wise God, and giving thanks to my ancestors for their sacred knowledge, wisdom, and strength, and giving my thanks to my spirit team for their guidance and support. Okay, so I went ahead and pulled some energies I decided to share. Um, we have a Cancer. Okay. With the energy around that Cancer is telepathic communications. So it says you are connecting in the 5D. Okay. The next energy is overflowing gratitude. I celebrate every blessing. Okay. We have energy around that is energetic cleanse needed. So you need to detox your energy field. And the next energy is love doesn't hurt. Your definition needs a detox. Okay. And the energy from past life energy came out was completing the soul's mission, closing out unfinished business and stepping into purpose. Okay. One of your ancestor messages, I walk before you, listen closely to my words. Okay, so this is a message of spiritual empowerment. And the ancestor that came out with a message for you today is the ancestral throne. It says you are stepping into divine inheritance. Okay, so we have for the Cancer energy under telepathic communications, you have flow. So this is like the wheel of fortune. Okay, then you have the overflowing gratitude. I celebrate everyday blessings, energetic cleanse needed. Came out was the divine feminine energy. Okay, it says magnetic receptive power. Okay, and for the love doesn't hurt, your definition needs a detox. It says you are not alone. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and get this message out to you. Let's start by reading the Ancestral Throne message. So let's see what message come through for you. See what message the ancestor has for you. Okay, so let's see. Okay, so the ancestor throne. The meaning is the ancestor throne represents the seat. Hold on, let me turn this. The ancestral throne. The ancestral throne represents the seat of divine authority, lineage, power. Okay, lineage, power, and spiritual inheritance. It is not just a chair, but the sacred space where ancestral wisdom, responsibility, and leadership converge. To approach the throne is to recognize your place in the chain of generations. You are both the heir and the steward. The throne reminds you that the true power is not domination, but service to your lineage, to your community, and to spirit. The light aspects is the gift, claiming your rightful inheritance, alignment with ancestral blessing and authority, sacred responsibility and wise leadership, empowerment through legacy and divine order, shadow aspects. Okay, so we have the shadow aspects as power struggles within family or community, fear of responsibility or refusal of destiny, misuse or ancestral authority for control or pride, forgetting the sacrifices made by those before you. The ancestor message reads, this throne is not empty. It has been held by many before you. When you sit up when you sit upon it, you carry both the honor and the burden of your bloodline. Rule with humility, walk with integrity, and remember that leadership is service. Affirmation: I sit upon the throne of my lineage with humility, wisdom, and divine strength. Okay, so I like to go over the shadow aspects because it kind of help you to focus on not only the light aspect but the shadows, which could keep you from further ascending. So the power struggles. So you could be having power struggles within family or a community. Again, fear of responsibility or refusal of destiny. Misuse of ancestral authority for control or pride. Okay, so forgetting the sacrifices made by those before you. Okay, so you're called to remember the ancestors that came before you. Okay, and to move with integrity and to look at the responsibility of your destiny. Okay, to let go of the power struggles within family or community. Okay, so we're gonna go ahead and get and see what message comes out. Okay, so with the wheel of fortune, so this is the destiny energy. So you could be standing in your emotions. Okay, looking at this card here, you want to pay attention to how your waters are flowing. Okay, um, you could have done something for your destiny card to show up. Okay, so your telepathic communications mean that you have some sort of telepathic communication. That's your energy. So you could have wanted to show up in this reading today. Okay. Um, like you said, the ancestors said, I walk before you, listen closely to my words. So you want to pay attention um, to the message that's going to come out. Okay, this is specific. Okay, so we're going to put this over here. Okay, so it says love doesn't hurt. The definition needs a detox. So you could be looking at love different than how it's supposed to be received. So you may want to look at it and kind of talk to your ancestors about that. Okay, because that's definitely going to help you with you sitting on the throne is a very powerful position, which means that your gifts could be used in a very powerful way. And with the shadow aspect, take what resonate and leave the rest. It says taking control or leading with authority, but not with integrity. So you may want to look and see how you're using your gifts. Talk about love, you know, to your ancestors in your quiet time. Okay? And see what comes out. And this see what comes out. Well, we're gonna tap into it now and see. But that's always something you wanna focus on. Not having that you could be feeling like love hurts. Okay, you could have had a lot of hurt in your life, but the spirit is asking you to detox that, and that you're not alone. So what I get from that message is like there could have been many people in your bloodline that could have been hurt, and what the ancestors is passed down through generations. So understand that it doesn't belong to you; it's come from those that came before you. So they're asking that you give that back to them. The hurtful things and situations in your life, and to be able to, move forward with a gratitude, a grateful heart, and a more healthier love dynamic. It says here with this overflowing gratitude, I celebrate every blessing. So it shows that you're grateful for something, that you celebrate in something. Okay, but your energy field, it does need to be cleansed. So you may need to take you a salt bath or do some sort of cleansing ritual to clean your aura, your energy field. Okay, let's see if I can pull another energy around that. Repeating patterns. So it's something that you're doing over and over again. The same cycles appearing again and again. So this could be a challenge for you. So whatever that is that you're doing over and over again, you just ask them to cleanse your energy field. Okay? Cleanse your energy field because the energies that surround you could be affecting something. Okay? Your divine feminine energy and power. That's what it's affecting. So it's calling you to and this is all past life energy, so it could come from one of your ancestors or somewhere in your bloodline where this could have been a problem in the past. But with completing the soul mission, this is a healing energy. So when you clear up that love doesn't hurt, the love detox, then that comes from like I said from past life. So to heal that will cleanse that energy off of you as well. And it does say that you are not alone. Okay, so there needs to be some clarification coming through with that. Okay, so we're gonna go ahead and start with the Cancer and see what comes out. I'm feeling a lot of I feel like I can't breathe that much, like anxious. So you could be feeling anxious at this time. Okay, so but Spirit is calling you to adapt and thrive. So this energy, it says luck flows with change. Stay flexible, embrace shifts, and learn from the journey as answers reveal themselves. Okay, so you could be on a journey. Okay, you could be adapting to something new with this flow energy. They're asking you to balance your emotions. Okay, balance your emotions and just go with the flow. Stay flexible, embrace shifts, and learn from the journey as answers reveal themselves. So they're saying that as you, of course, as you go along this journey, you're gonna need to um, cleanse your energy. That should be helpful too in your your repeating patterns. And with this love detox, kind of consider that. Just look at it and just see what comes up along your journey. So there may be some adjustments around those areas that allow you to flow a lot smoother. We have new adventures. Embrace the unknown with curiosity, letting each journey shape your path and wisdom. So this is another energy where you are on a journey. You call to adapt and thrive, and it could be, like it says, more adventure. So it could be more things, more adventures showing up. Okay, so your value with you being a water sign and standing in this water, your emotions could be kind of up and down. But I believe that these energies that came out along with your reading, that with the adjustments made, that can help your journey and your flow a lot better. Okay, we have no illusions. Okay, so stay grounded in truth, embracing reality with clarity and wisdom to navigate life's journey authentically. Okay, so this is an energy where there is no illusions. Okay, you cannot be dealing with any illusions right now. It could be crystal clear and it can be quite colorful with all of these colors right here with this adventure and no illusions coming out. This is a lot of color. So this is a lot of clarity, a lot of emotions, a lot of excitement. Okay. Um, yeah. So it says metamorphosis mirage. So embrace the tender transitions between past forms and future possibilities as illuminated by the transformative butterfly. So this is like preparing and looking at your situation and know that like a butterfly, where you start as a caterpillar and then merging into a butterfly. So it's like at that stage where you could be looking to blossom into in some sort of way. Some part of your life is blossoming with the destiny here and flowing in a particular direction. Okay. It says manifest the new. Embrace change and envision your desires, allowing the universe to align with your intentions. Okay, so you could be it's a lot of color. This is a lot of color. So this is a lot like rainbow. Having your chakras aligned, keep you feeling really excited. Something new is definitely unfolding into your life. It says unwavering faith. So you could be having faith at this time. Prayerful that something's going to turn out in your favor. It says stand firm in your beliefs, your steadfast spirit guides you through the uncertainty. Okay, so with your ancestor message showing up that you have a very important position in life, and being and owning that, and you know considering clearing your shadows so you can stand at the highest version of yourself and being able to reap the rewards as you do so. Okay, and we just says go with it. Okay, so if you could be not certain of this situation, it says enhance spontaneity and trust the journey, remaining open to unexpected twists and turns along the way. So it's like, okay, so you're on a journey. It's just like on a windy road where you have to just be careful and be mindful of each turn, not assuming you know what's around the corner, but just being mindful, and staying in the present, okay, and keep the faith. We're going to continue. What else do you have for Cancer Spirit? Okay, we have steady progress. Okay, so this is the energy where you're just mindful of your steps, move with deliberate care, as patience and attentive guides you to thoughtful achievements. So it's like being careful. Just, don't be, it's a lot of excitement. Lot of excitement here. So you just want to be mindful of each step that you take and think it out, think it through. But just the areas where you not for sure of, you just have faith. Give it to the divine. Okay, give it to the divine. Move with deliberate care and ask patience and attentive guide you to thoughtful achievements. Okay, let's see what else comes out. Okay, so it says take great care. Nurture yourself, prioritize well being, and tread gently on your journey ahead. So you're definitely on a journey. What this flow is in motion. Your emotions could have a major part of this, your journey, your flow. Okay, your emotions with a lot of color, a lot of excitement. Just be careful of your steps, be mindful. Okay, there's a lot of color, so there's a lot of excitement. Something, yeah, you have a magic opportunity for something. Okay, you're saying it says to hear what's been unsaid. Tune into the silence for truth that words cannot express. Listen deeply. Okay, so you could be listening deeply of a magic opportunity. So you could be moving towards a magic opportunity, a journey that you're on. You can be very excited about, manifest the new. So you're in the process of manifesting. Okay, you asked to take great care. Okay, which says worth the effort. So we have something that's worth the effort here. Embrace challenges as opportunities for growth. Knowing your dedication will lead to reward and discoveries. Okay, so this is another travel card. So you could definitely be traveling on the way with a lot of excitement. Okay, manifesting the new, moving in a new direction. It looks very colorful. Metals of moment. Bask in the moments, metals of moment where presence blossoms in the simplicity of now. So you could be in this energy where things are blossoming for you. You're in awareness with yourself. You're in tune with yourself. Okay, and whatever steps or actions that you're taking, you're seeing that, or you're being told that they are worth the efforts. Okay, so whatever you're doing, you're on the right track. Okay, it's very clear about that. A lot of right now energy, a lot of growth, a lot of color, a lot of excitement on this journey. So you could be, wondering if you're going in the right direction or it's going to be worth it. You could be sitting there wondering if it's worth it. But Spirit says yes, you are moving in the right direction. It says embrace challenges as opportunities for growth, knowing that your dedication will lead rewarding discovery. So a lot of times we have difficulties. We usually handle them on our own. We usually call someone and ask for advice. But with your ancestor throne being here, understanding who you are and that you hold and possess some gifts that is very powerful, that could be very lucrative in your business, and you're being called to cleanse the energy and do the necessary steps so you can get the full effect of your on your path, on your journey. Okay, I'm gonna pull one more. So it says Dream Weaver. Okay, so you could be dreaming a lot. You could be dreaming and imagining, bringing your powerful vision into reality. Okay, it says clear the path. Okay, so the path here, where it says clear the path, okay, this is where the cleansing and understanding the proper way about dreaming. Okay, cleansing your energy. Okay, a lot of times we pick up a lot of energy around us that needs to be cleansed every now and again. So you may want to look up and see how some ways that you can cleanse your energy, and follow the steps. Okay, it's coming with a repeating patterns in the divine feminine magnetic power. Because with this energy, this shows that you're using your power and your gifts. You have some gifts that you're using, and you could be manifesting with this power, this feminine power. Okay, but you're being called again to cleanse your energy with these repeating patterns. And this could be a challenge, or a shadow. Okay, with the repeating patterns. So there's some type of way that you can cleanse your energy around these repeating patterns. Um, and we'll see how. Okay, we'll see what comes out with this energy. So we're about to clarify this with flowing, what it says, overflowing gratitude. I celebrate every blessing. Okay, so you could be receiving a blessing with your emotions, something to do with emotions, with your flow. So we find out what comes out. Okay, carried away. Let yourself be caught up in the whirlwind of romantic moments. Okay, so you can be caught up in a whirlwind of romantic moments, feeling in love, or feeling in love with yourself, or because with the feminine energy, your power is coming through with some sort of celebration. Every celebrating every blessing, you could have gotten carried away, feeling quite, grateful, having gratitude. Okay, it says at the bottom of the deck, do take precaution. Okay, behind that energy, it says seek the truth. Okay, so you may want to seek your truth, and you're being carried away with someone here. So you could have a love, somebody in your energy field, um, that you could be feeling good about. Okay, tell me more. Okay, we have ignite ambition. Okay, so you could be pursuing desires with drive and facing consequences bravely. Keep an open heart, mind, as answers reveal your journey. So you could be looking for answers along this journey. This is a passionate journey, a lot of fire. Then you have what the carried away. So this is like passionate, a passionate energy. It could be with the fire energy, or you could just be passionate with in a relationship. Okay. And we have divine flow as well. So you could be open to receive some sort of divine manifestation over here, because you did say you was manifesting over here. And then you have this divine energy. So you could be open to receive, let go of attachments to the outcome. It says let go of attachments to the outcome and let the universe bring gifts. Okay, so a lot of times we can be over controlling in a situation, and it's just probably need some balance there, but it is something that's divinely flowing to you. Okay, and you're open to receive. Okay, we have answers unfold. Okay, so something could be, keep your mind open and be willing to learn from the experience. So something can be blowing your mind, literally, in its energy, and it's calling you to keep your mind open and be willing to learn from each experience. So, say for instance, in this manifestation energy, okay, over here under your card, taking small steps and something being worth the moment and being in the present with your dream weaver. So, it has something to do with your dreaming and receiving some sort of harvest or some sort of blessing, okay, with this passion, okay. So answers are unfolding. Again, they're saying to go with it. Okay. Embrace spontaneity and trust the journey, remaining open to unexpected twists and turns along the way. So it's like this is they saying this is that windy road again. So it's like be careful and just be intentional, okay, with receiving and manifesting. You're open, your mind is being blown, and you're just called to just go with it. Okay, so it says embrace courage. So it could be something you could be considering, not for sure, kind of being a dark about it. This is an encourage card. We're asking you, it says to open your mind, learn from experiences, and let answers unfold in your journey. So this could show that it could be some sort of doubt. You're not for sure. Okay, so you maybe need some type of courage to move forward, but you are being told that you are on the right track. Okay, moving in this direction, you are going in the right direction. So just keep moving forward. Okay, it's like just stay focused, stay on track. That's kind of like doubt, where I believe there was a faith card. I don't know if it was a previous reading, but it could be calling you to use your faith in a moments of shadow, or it could be some of the shadows where you may need to have courage in the areas where you may need to, because some of this energetic field could bring a damper, not having moving ahead towards your cleansing your energy field. So that could help with this having courage. It's like not sure, not certain if you're on the right track. And it does say you are on the right track. Okay. There could be something emerging dawn. So something could be emerging around dawn. Trust that every ending is another beginning coming in disguise. So there could be something that you're expecting to happen. Okay. Um, Yeah, emerging dawn. Trust that every ending is another beginning. So there could be an end to something. Okay. It could be within, you know, the next day or so with this emerging dawn. So something by the end of the day, you could be listening to what's being unsaid. It says tune into the silence of the truth that world that word cannot express. Listen deeply. So you could be listening deeply or needing to listen deeply around this emerging dawn. Trust that every ending is another beginning in disguise. So you could not know with the shadow card being on the right track, something that you could be haven't heard, and you could be trying to fill in some sort of gap with uncertainty. Okay, so something that's going to come to you where it's going to give you the clarity that I need. I'm hearing to see what's behind this energy. Tide of transition. So there could be some sort of relationship. I'm seeing again with this relationship. Okay, some sort of relationship, passionate relationship that you could be blowing your mind about with this. Just go with the flow, but along with the valley of shadows, it's like you could be considering something around something uncertain. It could come up in your manifestations where you could be concerned about this particular place. Okay, you're hearing what's unsaid. Something is unsaid. Okay, so it says title transition at the bottom of the deck. So it's going to transition something. It says plan wisely. Okay, so you can clarify. Let me see. To help you out a little bit. Embrace courage. So let's see, what are you embracing courage about? It says stop and reflect. Okay, so you need to, when you're taking courage, it's like before you go there, you may need to stop and reflect a little bit longer. Okay, clear your mind, sweep away any doubts that you have, and know that you are on the right path. It says embrace potential. So whatever potential that you can use, once you stop, look at potential, it reads explore abundance of opportunities with an open mind. Answers reveal limitless horizons on your journey. Okay, so it's a bunch of potential. Okay, embrace the potential. Stop and embrace the potential in that area where that shadow is coming from. So you could be listening to what's being said, unsaid. Okay. Okay, so we're gonna move over to love doesn't hurt. You are not alone. Okay, so could be completing the soul's mission. Something you could be completing at this time. Okay, you're being reminded this is a codependent energy. So there could be someone, okay, that or it says you are not alone. So with that energy being here, it's like being connected to the universe, being connected to the stars, your ancestors. Okay, is letting you know that you are not alone and that you are on a mission and you're completing a mission, a soul's mission. Okay, it says closing out unfinished business and stepping into purpose. Okay, so this is your healing resolution. Okay, it's clearing up the matters around love. Okay, and probably leaving um, a toxic situation, a codependent energy. Okay, knowing how, knowing where the codependency lies. Okay, in a relationship, it says you are not alone. So if you was, this is your soul's mission. We'll see what comes out. Could you clarify? Spirit, please. Love doesn't hurt. Your definition needs a detox. Okay, so could be looking at this could be a difficult choice that you could be making at this time. It could be very complex. It could be a lot of missing pieces. There could be a lot of uncertainty. You could be feeling alone in these choices. Okay, so you could be listening. Something is bringing you some sort of gratitude. You could be stepping into your divine feminine energy, celebrating your blessings, but you could be listening to something that's unsaid. So, what you are not alone, you could be feeling alone, okay? But it says love doesn't hurt. Your definition needs a detox. So, you could be making a difficult choice out of a codependent energy. So, making sure that you're seeing love through the proper eyes, okay, could help you with making the right choice here. Yeah, sky of clarity. So it's something that you need to see clearly because with this right here, this is one step at a time. You don't know what's behind each corner, so it can be difficult to maneuver out of this. Okay, so with this, love doesn't hurt. It could be that you're looking at something the wrong way. The detox. So your definition needs a detox. So maybe before you go on this journey, you may not need to. Once you look and look at love through a new perspective. Okay, so you can be making plans to go through this difficult situation. It could feel difficult to you. Okay, it says completing. So it's closing out. It's closing out. This is a past life energy. So this is something that needs to be completed in this lifetime. And this codependency could have come from the past life energy. When your ancestors that you're not alone, they have the answers. They want you to know that they're there with you. You're not alone. And you can return any hurt, pain, sorrow, regret, grief, or anything that may come with the hurt that make you more codependent on a situation, thing, people, places where the codependency lies. And it could, this is a very difficult, this is a very difficult, this is a very difficult energy to be around love. And you're not seeing it correctly. So you could really not be alone, but you can feel alone because the way you're looking at it through a toxic way. And it can make your forward movement in life more difficult, not being able to see. When you think about the shadows that we spoke of in your ancestral throne shadows, you got to keep those in mind, okay? Because just looking at those shadows can help you release this labyrinth of choices, okay? So we're gonna go ahead and see what else comes up. Okay, you could be thinking about dropping some, dropping, and then just fell to the ground. Okay, so it says planning phase. Okay, so you feel like these planning phases cultivate successful thought. No, it says cultivate success through meticulous research and strategic plotting. Your foresight will unveil new paths. Okay, so it's telling you to look out another way to go about this. Okay, in your planning, if you're planning on entering this. Okay, so it's like do your research, like consider what this codependency energy here. Consider how you're looking at and what needs to be fixed. That'll help you plan more wisely. And then you have new heights. Okay, so this, once you figure that out, it says, let your connection with spirit ground you as you reach the sky. So it's like your spirit guide is your ancestral throne ancestor at this time, and they're here to help you use your gifts in a better way to put you in a seat. Okay, so it's a possibility of having new heights. Yeah, your unwavering faith again. So again, with the ancestor messages, with the ancestors, a lot of times the decisions that we come to where we're not sure of how something's going to turn out, we're not for sure if we have all the answers and information. This is the perfect time to seek guidance through your ancestors, okay? Because they walk before you and they're saying, "Listen closely to my words." So they could be trying to come through with you for sure. Okay. So you could say you have unwavering faith. You're being called to have unwavering faith. Okay. You have feather of hope. Okay, so this is like a lighthearted from coming such a difficult energy of making difficult choices and planning wisely, which will lead you to new heights. And leading you to new heights, which will give you the evidence of, because this is like being soared on new heights, okay, planning wisely and sitting here with this feather of hope. This is like evidence, okay, like you've been here, you've experienced something here, you're being taken here, and then you're coming back with some sort of evidence in your hand. Okay, so it's something that can show you that something is connected to you growing and experiencing something, having evidence that is going to help you navigate through life. You can have evidence where you looking at this toxic. I say toxic because codependency is toxicity. It's like a fear of not trusting yourself. Okay, codependency is like moving. Okay, this is a weird analogy, but it's like being on a bus and getting off at the bus stop and just staying at the bus stop because you this is a place where you find comfort and you stop on your journey and just find rest in a place out of fear, not trusting yourself to continue moving forward. So it's like I'm getting a bus stop analogy for this energy. So you're called to continue traveling without leaning on other people or other situations. Like you bring the gift to the job, you bring the gift to your friend, you are the gift. So sometimes we can see other gifts and other people and other positions, and we can lean in on that as a resting place. But Spirit is telling you, in this case, is love. So you may see love in a person or in a thing, but don't go after it with codependency. Okay, kind of use it as what it is and enjoy it for what it is, and allow it to, what I'm saying? Don't have any attachments to it. Don't put so much weight on it. It's like the healing energy is to heal the hurt and find out where the hurt came from, and take your ancestors there with you and allow them to show you what lesson, which the lesson is, it happened to them too. So don't take it personal. Release it to them so they can bury it and continue on past that, because a lot of times with the pain and hurt, like I said, it's at that bus stop. We get off and we find a comfortable spot and we interrupt our journey. So it looked like you were headed toward a throne. That codependency kind of stepped in and you became comfortable with it. You could have some sort of love connection with it, but knowing that if you're love, if you have a codependency around love that needs to be healed, then everything around that love is toxic because it's out of codependency. So it can be very hurtful if an energy moves, or that they just somebody decides to move on. You can have a really hard time letting go. So it's like pull all your energy, all your power back, and find the love within yourself and heal the love from the inside, from the ancestral throne. Those are some of the shadows, that it was about five. So look and consider which ones you want to heal, which one you want to look at, which one you want to have bite size, take small bites from it, small intentions first, just marinating in it and see how it's affecting your life. And then once you do that, and then once you're ready to make the change, little changes, and there'll be great rewards in the process. Okay. And in this case, you'll have a more loving relationship. Okay, so we have fresh ideas. So you could be having a fresh idea. You could be knowing exactly what you need to do. The fresh ideas and a fresh way of looking at things and a fresh way of approach is something where you can do this, you can manage this with something being a fresh idea. Okay, so you have a fresh idea. It reads, stay open minded, invite new perspectives to enrich your journey and spark creative solutions. Okay, so you have an idea, and whatever it is, with your new heights and a feather of hope and fresh ideas, it can unlock and unblock the the your definition of love. Okay, so whatever needs to be done, it says getting advice. So you could have gotten advice, or could be, excuse me, could be seeking advice. It says, seek guidance with an open heart, ready to learn and grow from the wisdom offered by others. Okay, so with this difficult and all of these planning and chests and mazes and looking to reach these heights, it will be more possible when you cleanse your heart space. Okay, and understand you want to end it, but you want to end it in a way where it has nothing to do with the other person. It has everything to do with you and how you look at love, and how, in this case, it would be worth letting someone go if you had to just fix your own space, heart space, and have time to look at it, and to know that once you do that, you can continue on your journey and be the loving person that you are without the toxic definition. What love has to do with everything. Love has to do with work. It has to do with relationships. It has to do with friendships. It has to do with just life. So cleaning that area up, if you won't be feeling alone when you do. Okay, so your ancestors are here to help you do that. And that is the mission that you're on in this lifetime, for you to look at it differently and correct it so you can reap the rewards. It says vortex of change. Okay, so we have it says engage with the vortex of change, where energy swirl in transformative dances, molding anew. So this is where you have to merge with other energies, or the energy that you choosing to emerge in. Um, it's like have intentions to change. Use your emotions with this flow, with moving forward with the mindset of changing, and with the shadows that you really sit back and like rewind the video and really sit with those shadows and look and say, how does this apply in my life? How are they affecting me in my life? And you know what I mean? It's like really get what you, because all they're asking you to do is release those shadows so you can soar. But without that, it's like I see it with these planning phase and this labyrinth of choices, choosing wisely around this growth. It's like you can't, you want to, but you can't. But there's some things that your ancestors want you to go back and learn about so you can release the toxicity so you can soar and experience all of the beauty that comes around you. Okay, so you're flowing with intention to change oneself and not changing anybody else. Yeah, you may need to connect with your roots, your ancestors. They have what you need. You know, they'll come in a way where you're able to relate and, at your own pace. They're very understanding of your hurt, past sorrow, pain, guilt, or whatever around that love. They understand what they want you to know. It didn't come from you, it came from your ancestors before you. And they want to take that back and give you the key of freedom to move on and become a better version of yourself. Okay? So I'm going to go ahead and get one more energy. It says getting better. Okay? So getting better, it reads growth is a journey, not a destination. Welcome improvements one step at a time. Okay, so with that vortex of change, embracing that in your emotions with intention, then things will get better. Okay, one step at a time. So it's being mindful. Okay, and remember to look at those shadows, because when they emerge, they're comfortable. That's a normal way of looking at things, a normal way of being. So when you look at them from somebody else having them from your ancestral throne, then you be like, oh, okay. You will be able to get, the more you learn and step into the energy of this ancestral throne and understand what they're trying to say. It's like you'll be able to use your gifts more wisely, and it'll bring greater rewards. And plus, this in this reason, I feel that they want to show you with this feather of hope that you will have the evidence once you're willing to make the change in the decision. Okay, so it says embrace potential on your journey, explain, no, abundance, explore an abundance of opportunities with an open heart, and the answers reveal limitless horizons for your journey. Okay, then it says inner vision. So you could be seeing potential and seeing and connecting with what I'm saying. Okay, that you're not alone. Okay, so that could be a good thing. No, like, damn, I'm not alone. I'm not the only one that goes through this. Or this doesn't belong to me. Then it's like, yeah, hurtful. Sorrow heals. So it's like in heartache, A shadow, a shadow growth awaits. Let pain refine you, not define you, as brighter days are promised. Okay, so with that, you may see, I'm seeing a reflection of, you know, I don't know, it says sorrow heals. So, sorrow heals, allowing yourself to weep, allowing yourself to see, not having the answer with the pain it could have caused, but then having the answer. Those are the better days to come. Okay, so it says embrace the potential. Okay, so we're going to pull a couple of messages. So it says balance. So this is healing. Okay, this is a healing message. Okay, so consider balancing. Okay, and simply love. Just be love and just be yourself without allowing the hurtful events in the past to get in your way. So far, it says my aura is magnetic. So you have a magnetic aura to golden opportunities. Okay, so with these opportunities, you want to be able to, explore the opportunities with the right heart so you can go a lot further and get rid of these choices. At least these choices, what I'm getting, are here again for you to tap into your ancestors. Let them know what difficult choices that you're having and the plans that you're having around love, because there's a mission, with your soul mission is to complete something here. Okay. So it's something like closing out. So you want to make sure that your heart, that is a healing energy. So once you do the work, figure out what it is, and then you'll be successful in your closeout. And look like there's going to be some sort of rewards that you're going to get, okay, in doing so, with your aura just being bright, magnetic, golden opportunity. And you came back with destiny. Okay, so this is both destinies. You got two destinies here. Okay, this is two different decks. Okay, so looking at yourself, many different aspects that you have. Her hand is over her heart. So it could be different views of love that you could be seeing love through where it's hurtful. So with your destiny, to go back and look at least seven different ways that you could be seeing it different. So consider going back and looking and changing that. At the bottom, you have blossom. Okay, so this is a judgment card. So you're called to judge yourself and your behaviors, the way that you're thinking and what you're manifesting, and get them all into alignment. When you get them into alignment, then everything will flow perfect. Okay, so that is your reading. I'm going to call on my blessed answers of healing love, and I thank you for your sacred knowledge, wisdom, and strength. I ask that you walk with me as I heal my shadows, which is the wounded healer, the Messiah complex, the boundary blur, codependent caretaker, the spiritual bypasser, the gift suppressor, the authority, addiction, pain magnet, projection, trap, and walk with me as I heal cancer, telepathic communications, energetic cleanse needed, repeating patterns from past life affecting today, and completing the soul's mission from past life affecting today, healing resolution. Love doesn't hurt. Your definition needs a detox, overflowing gratitude. Okay, and your dream weaver, worth the effort, metals of the moment, take great care, steady progress, manifesting a new, more adventure, adapt and thrive, no illusions. Okay, hear what's been said, right track, embracing the dawn, embrace courage, answers unfold, go with the divine flow, carried away. Okay, ignite ambition, balance destiny. My aura is magnetic to golden opportunities, divine feminine. You are not alone. Okay. Sorrow healed, vortex of change, getting better, getting advice, feather of hope, fresh ideas, labyrinth of choices, plan wisely. Love doesn't hurt. Your definition needs a detox. completing the soul's mission again. I said that already, and heal the ancestor throne shadow, which is give me 1 second. Let me pull this up for you again. I should take a picture of it. Okay, walk with me as I heal the shadow aspect of toxic struggles within family or community, fear of responsibility or refusal of destiny, misuse of ancestral authority for control or pride, forgetting the sacrifices made by those before you. Okay, so we're going to use these. That says, my mind is open to divine sight because abundance is my birthright. I am in tune with my inner knowing because abundance is my birthright. I speak my truth with clarity and confidence because abundance is my birthright. My voice matters and I am heard because abundance is my birthright. I express myself freely and authentically because abundance is my birthright. I listen with an open heart and mind because abundance is my birthright. I give and receive love effortlessly because abundance is my birthright. I am worthy of deep unconditional love because abundance is my birthright. I choose compassion and understanding because abundance is my birthright. My heart is healed and whole because abundance is my birthright. I am strong, confident, and powerful. I trust myself and my decisions because abundance is my birthright. I am worthy of success and happiness because abundance is my birthright. I claim my power and embrace purpose because abundance is my birthright. I embrace my creativity with passion because abundance is my birthright. My emotions flow freely and harmoniously because abundance is my birthright. I allow myself to experience joy and pleasure because abundance is my birthright. Creativity flows effortlessly through me because abundance is my birthright. I am safe, secure, and deeply rooted because abundance is my birthright. My foundation is strong and unshakable because abundance is my birthright. My mind and body is grounded in the present because abundance is my birthright, and I trust in the divine abundance of the universe because abundance is my birthright. Ashe, amen, and so it is. Ashe, amen, and so it is. Okay, so I hope that was helpful to you. Thank you for watching, and I will see you on the next video.